Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Diary channel. That night felt different than usual. The live broadcast, which was initially expected to be relaxed, filled with light laughter and everyday conversation, suddenly turned into a moment that left millions of fans breathless. Many thought it was just a regular live, where they would joke around, share little stories, or perhaps just read the comments. But the atmosphere changed when a topic that had been a frequent topic of debate in the fan community finally surfaced: fanservice. First, everything felt normal. They sat side by side, seemingly relaxed, occasionally laughing at a funny comment that passed by on screen. Their expressions were warm, like two people who had known each other for a long time and were comfortable with each other. But then one comment caught their attention. It was a simple yet meaningful question. Were all the intimate moments they often saw real or just fan service? A few seconds of silence followed. Not an awkward silence, but more like the moment when someone is deciding whether to say something honest or maintain a safe boundary. The previously relaxed smiles slowly transformed into more serious expressions. One of them took a deep breath before answering, and from that moment on, the atmosphere of the live broadcast completely changed. He said there were a lot of misconceptions about what constituted fan service. Many people assume every warm interaction, every touch, or every shared moment seen on camera was planned or staged. But the reality wasn't that simple. They were real people with real friendships with real dynamics. Sometimes they were close, sometimes they joked around excessively, sometimes they teased each other, just like any other friend. But then came a line that immediately set the comment section off. He said honestly that they didn't like it when everything they did was considered fan service. Not because they didn't appreciate their fans, but because the label made their relationship feel fake. There was a hint of frustration in his voice, but also an honesty that was hard to deny. The others nodded slowly, then added that the pressure to always appear to be something others wanted could be tough. They wanted to be able to be friends freely without having to worry about how every move would be interpreted. They wanted to laugh without worrying about being turned into a theory. They wanted to interact without feeling like they had to meet certain expectations. The confession felt like a door finally opening after a long period of closure. Many fans who had been speculating about what was real and what wasn't were suddenly confronted with the reality that perhaps everything was much simpler than the theories had suggested. They were just two people with a strong bond who happened to live in the public eye. Interestingly, they also emphasized that their closeness wasn't something they were fabricating for the cameras. They said that a relationship built over years can't be faked. There are shared memories, struggles, and experiences that shape that bond. Things like that can't be fabricated just for entertainment. One of the most surprising moments came when they chuckled after discussing the topic, as if realizing the seriousness of their discussion. He said that they never actually thought about fan service when interacting. They were just being themselves. If they seemed close, it was because they were close. If they seemed mischievous, it was because they naturally liked to joke around with each other. Fan comments continued to flow rapidly. Some were surprised, some touched, and still others relieved. Many wrote that they appreciated the honesty, as it's not easy for public figures to speak openly about the pressures they feel, especially when the topic directly relates to fans' perceptions. The moment also revealed a rarely seen side of vulnerability. They weren't just superstars always smiling on stage, but also individuals seeking to be understood. They wanted their relationship to be seen for what it was, not always through the lens of assumptions or fantasies. In another part of the live stream, they tried to lighten the mood by joking around again. One of them intentionally did something funny that made the others laugh out loud. The laughter sounded genuine, spontaneous, and actually reinforced the message they had previously conveyed. Such closeness didn't need to be faked. It was already there naturally. But the impact of the confession didn't stop after the live stream ended. Social media immediately lit up. Clips of the conversation spread quickly, accompanied by a variety of reactions. Some expressed shock, not expecting to discuss such a sensitive topic so directly. Others expressed pride in their courage to be honest.
가자. 여러분 고생하셨습니다. 이 매직샵 여러분들과 함께해서 너무 행복했고 저는 이제 집에 가겠습니다.
Some fans even said the moment made them respect the two even more. Honesty is often more valuable than a perfect image. By speaking openly, they demonstrated that a real relationship doesn't need to be labeled. Interestingly, some longtime fans admitted they had felt this way for a long time. They noticed that their interactions always felt natural, not forced. The live broadcast seemed to confirm what they had always believed. A deeper discussion also emerged afterward, about how the entertainment industry often blurs the line between reality and perception. When someone lives under the camera for most of their time, the public tends to feel entitled to interpret every detail of their life. Yet behind the scenes, they are still human beings with real emotions and relationships. The night ultimately became remembered as one of the most honest and emotional live broadcasts ever. Not because of the big drama, but because of the courage to speak frankly. They weren't trying to create a viral moment, but it was precisely that honesty that made it all so powerful. At the end of the broadcast, they thanked their fans for their continued support, hoping that in the future, everyone could see them in a more relaxed light. They wanted their relationship to be enjoyed without the pressure of any particular definition. They wanted their time together to be a source of joy, not debate. Their smiles returned to their initial warmth, but a different feeling lingered after the live broadcast. It was as if a distance had been bridged between idols and fans, a distance that had been filled with assumptions. For many who watched that night, one thing became clear. No matter what labels outsiders assign, a genuine relationship will always shine through. And perhaps that's why the moment felt so special. Not because of the confession of fan service, but because of the honesty that revealed their most genuine human side. And it was a moment that truly surprised many fans when the truth finally came out and we got to see a more human, more real, and perhaps far deeper side of them than what had been seen on screen. Sometimes what we perceive as fan service is actually just a genuine closeness between two people who have been through so much together. If you also found this moment special, don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Do you think this confession changed your perspective? I'm really curious to hear what you all think. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to this channel for the latest updates, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any more interesting stories. Thank you for watching until the end, and see you in the next video.